So hello and welcome back to the Big Lab Podcast. This is season 2, episode 2, and today I'm joined with Amber.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
First one.
No, I'm nervous. Very nervous. I'm like, oh, it's like a job interview.
It's not that bad. It's just, like I just said,
it's a conversation with a camera, ring light and microphone.
Yeah. So, do you want to introduce yourself first before we get going?
Yeah, I can do. So, as George said, my name's Amber. I go by @semi_fitfoodie on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know what there is much to say about me, really.
Well, we've obviously met up before a few times, haven't we?
Yeah,
for content. We've just got back from content.
Yeah, we tried to film this earlier, and then George's upstairs neighbour started drilling or sanding or something. So we sat here like, alright, should we just go to the gym and try and get content? So we just done that and then ran in the rain. We
figured out that I'm not very good at angles. And Amber's a bit needy with her photos.
You can cut that out.
No, the issue is the height.
He's really tall, so he takes a picture and I look like, you know, them pictures.
Like a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm like, he's just like up here. I look like a guy with the train camera.
He's class.
He's
Francis Bourgeois.
Yeah, that's me at all pictures that George takes. I'm like, hi.
Like Snow White and Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, God.
So yeah, we've just been and got a load of content, so that'll be coming up on both of our Instagrams and everything soon. But the reason we're here today is to speak about your eating disorder and how you've overcame it.
Yeah.
So, I think the first place to start would be, how did it start?
There wasn't like a one cause. I don't think. Like, I've done a lot of like thinking and reflecting back, as you do.
Yeah.
And I think at the point in my life, it was just, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of things out of my control that were happening.
Right. And
that was a sense of control and comfort.
Right.
As weird as that sounds, but it's something that I could control. Like basically I had a very close family member pass away. I then I'd left college, went straight into a very professional job.
Yep.
And then also had a lot of insecurities as well. So all of these things were just very intensified and in this like period, and it was like I just needed something to control and comfort, and having this was something I could control.
So that was when you were about 18 then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd always, I guess, looking back, if I'm honest, I'd always had like a little bit of issues around food.
Right. For
a long time before it really developed into something. So it didn't just come out of nowhere.
Right, it was like a slow process.
It was very slow.
Sort of fell into it.
Yeah, I think years before that I'd always had maybe like a few issues with food and da-da-da. And then this kind of catalyst happened and it became much worse than it had been before, but yeah.
So when is it that you realised it was becoming a problem?
I guess I knew it was a problem because I knew what I was doing wasn't normal.
Right.
Or wasn't right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I couldn't stop. And then you have this thing in your head, and I know a lot of people who struggle with eating disorders feel the same, that your mind is always telling you, well, you're not sick enough, you're not sick, like...
Right.
You just, like, what are you thinking, that you're fine?
Yeah.
You don't need help, you're not sick enough. And you think, yeah, it's fine, like, I know what I'm doing, like, I'm okay, like, this is... And then you can convince yourself, like, this is just like, this is normal, like, this is what people do. People do count calories, people do exercise, like, I'm not... But then you are, you know, and then this whole... I think it's... You can easily justify it when you see things like intermittent fasting. And when 1,200 calorie diets are advertised through things like Instagram.
Yeah.
And things with MyFitnessPal, and you can start to justify it in your head that this is what I should be doing. When you see people say, you know, don't eat this, this and this is bad, you should stop eating after this time, and it solidifies everything that you is wrong, telling you it's right. So you're like, I'm fine. So yeah, when I kind of realised it was a problem, basically like someone I really love kind of confronted me about it,
right,
and just said, like, we see this is what's happening to you.
Right.
We don't want this to be your life. Like, you have such great opportunities ahead of you. You've got a great job, degree, like all of this is so positive. And if you carry on like this, then what you have is going to go, sort of thing.
Right.
So
did that sort of...
Yeah, it wasn't
was
just
that
that. It was just seeing their kind of emotion mainly.
Right.
That I was like, right, yeah, okay. So that was kind of where I was like, I don't want to be hurting you.
Yeah.
Like, that's... And I think that in my head started to be like... Because I already knew it was wrong, but I just was justifying it to myself.
Yeah.
So then hearing someone else tell me, like, just... it's hard to, like, explain into words. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just babbling a lot.
It's fine.
But no, just seeing their emotion, how much it was upsetting them, seeing what I was doing to myself.
Yeah.
Then kind of helped me realise that I don't want to be hurting you. I don't want to do this. This isn't what I want for my life. So yeah, I think then that was when I was like, okay, like I need to do something here.
So that was like a turning point when they sort of mentioned it.
Yeah.
So when was this then? If it started at about 18?
It was just before lockdown, so I was 20.
20. So you're 22 now?
now.
Yeah. So what sort of measures did you start taking to overcome it?
I think it feels so long ago now. When I think back to that time, I'm like, gosh, it feels...
That's like before COVID.
It feels like a different person back then.
It feels so much older now after COVID.
I know, literally, I'm like, time has just gone so quick. There's a lot. So, like, I think it was just reframing my mindset as well, talking about it. I removed myself from sort of situations that were perpetuating my insecurities and feeding into this ED.
So what were they that caused that?
Just taking myself away from anything.
Okay.
Them toxic situations, friendships, relationships.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a lot about, because it's not just food that's the issue with an eating disorder. It's not really about the food. The food's sort of like a...
Just like you said, like something that you got control of.
It's not irrelevant, but it's just caused by the actual how you're feeling, how you're thinking.
Yeah.
And so it's just reframing the way you talk to yourself, the way you think about yourself. So I threw away my scales, so there was no like weigh-in, I wouldn't let myself body check. So prior to that, every meal it'd be like body checking, like if I'd eaten, like, has that changed my appearance?
Yeah.
Then it was like, stop looking in mirrors as much. If you have to put like a sheet over a mirror, or like just avoid looking in mirrors constantly, that sort of thing. So it's just little things like that just taking them kind of triggers away.
Yeah.
And then obviously fixing my relationship around food as well. So introducing foods that had previously been these like horrible, like, oh my gosh, if I eat these, it's going to be terrible, and bad things are going to happen.
I think things like the keto diet don't help that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone sees carbs as bad things just because of this mad keto diet.
I think I had carbs every meal yesterday.
It should be. It should have all 3 macros in every meal.
Literally.
But yeah, I don't think social media helps anything with all these fad diets and everything. It confuses people so much. And like, you think things like men's and women's health, like, they have some utter shit on the front cover, like 6-minute ab workouts, get your holiday body in like 10 days, and
you see so many, and it's so like
it's just bollocks.
I follow some accounts as well that are really good on Instagram that like call things out, and it's like even things from your past that you don't even realise that when you consume that media, that it's making it like, have you ever seen the clip of Victoria Beckham after she gave birth?
No.
She was on a TV show, she'd like just given birth, and they were like, let's see if you've bounced back after pregnancy, and made her stand on a scale to see if she had lost all the baby weight.
What?
And that was the stuff that was like, not, and then it was like, she got weighed, and I can't remember the number now, but they were like, oh, that's not bad, and like the others was clapping, I was like, that's the stuff that we were just...
Weight's just a number.
Yeah, literally.
It's literally like your relationship with gravity.
Literally, I don't even know my weight anymore.
I do. To be fair, I weigh myself most days.
But it's fine if it doesn't affect your mindset.
It doesn't bother me.
If you can do that and it doesn't
set
something off in you, then
I think it depends on sort of where you're at. Like, I don't know, how long have you been going like to the gym and all that? Did that start because of the recovery of eating disorder, or did you go before?
I went to the gym before, sorry, I started going to the gym probably when I was like 17, not even well before, a year before. I was like...
but then did you start consuming all like the fitness content?
Yeah, I probably started consuming a lot more then, because you're actually in. But at that time when I started going, I didn't really care about any aesthetic reason. It wasn't something in my head. Yeah. I went because I had 3 free periods at the end of college, and I couldn't go home because I had to give my brother and neighbour a lift.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not sitting in the library doing homework the whole time. There's only so long you can...
Yeah, be in college for and do work. Yeah.
So it was like 3 hours is just a little bit too. And I had my lunch as well before that. So it was almost like 4 hours then just sat around. You're like, oh. So I was like, I just want to do something.
Okay.
So and the gym was down the road. So I was like,
makes sense.
I'll go there. So that's when I started. I liked it when I started going.
Yeah.
I liked pushing myself. I liked lifting heavier. I wasn't lifting that much then, obviously. I was like maybe going like from 5, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, yeah, they were lightweights, but I enjoyed it anyway. It was good fun. I felt good afterwards. And then, I think I was obviously just consuming a lot, hearing a lot. And then I switched from any sort of like strength-based training that I was doing, and then went entirely to cardio.
Right.
So
that's like, you see that quite common, don't you, with people with like that go through the sort of eating disorder. They just smash cardio.
It was cardio every day, 5Ks. I got up to doing 10Ks
every day.
Pretty much every day. Yeah, I think I looked at it. There's one time I did in the evening after work. I did a 9K. Next morning, I went and did an 11K. And I honestly
don't think I've ever run that far.
No idea how I was doing it on the amount I ate, because that was...
Yeah, that would be horrible. Like, I can't go to the gym in the morning because I need that much food in me. Like, I need, like, at least 2 solid meals before I go to the gym.
No, it just wasn't good. Like, it wasn't healthy the way I was doing it. No, it was bad. Like, I can run that now. I know I can.
Saying that, we did Tough Mudder.
We did do Tough Mudder. We did Tough Mudder very well. I love how on the start line we were like, we're walking this, right? It's like 4 hours.
What was it, like 16k or something?
Yeah.
And I was like,
was it 16 miles?
I can't remember, but whatever it was,
something,
I've never ran that far.
No, with like obstacles and everything as well. It was
we ran most of it. Like, I reckon about 75% of it we
did run.
And it was a hot day.
We did run a lot of it. It was boiling.
Getting so burnt.
And then the snack stands were disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
They'd cut up loads of like banana.
Yeah, like manky banana that's been sat there. It was like 20
and it just
degrees.
Had flies all over.
Yeah, it was vile. And then little manky cups of water.
And the little blocks of protein bars.
It was not nice.
But then it had everyone's muddy hands. Like,
that was it. We got it from like the first one.
Yeah.
The next one, we're like, nah,
we're like, no, we've learned our lesson. We're not doing
that.
that.
Get a water and that'll be it.
We'll wait till we can go to the all the food trucks at the end.
Oh, and then we got hungry.
You got so mad. I was like, I need food before. No, I was like, you were like, I need food. I was like, I need a shower before I eat.
Yeah, we were rotten with me, to be fair.
We were disgusting. We caked in mud. I was like, I don't want this to dry on me. It dried on us anyway in the heat, waiting for the showers.
It was good.
You were getting so mad.
So hungry. I had net for like 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah, because we'd been running that time, hadn't we? Well, didn't you get a Mackey's beforehand or something?
I can't remember. I don't think I did in the end, did I? Did I not get a bite when we got there? Oh, actually, I picked one up on the way to yours.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought you had.
Yeah, but that was like so long.
Yeah, because we got in there, we'd sort of dropped our bags, waited around, we'd walked around a little bit.
Yeah, we waited around for quite a while, didn't we?
And then, because
did that stupid little warm-up thing.
Yeah, it was really weird, fancy
with all the grannies. But yeah, basically at the end, there was those big pipes, wasn't there, with like basically hose pipes down for showers.
Yeah.
And it was freezing, like it was Baltic
It
water.
was just
it
not.
was horrible. And we were waiting for ages because people were literally bringing like shower gel and shampoo and everything, like
really
full on trying
showers.
to clean themselves.
It was like, just get the main mud off.
I was still getting mud out of places.
Oh my God.
Like 2 days later,
Yeah,
I was like, how's that still there?
I think I was just doing something. I looked at my ankle and I was like, what? How have I still got mud on
I
my
had some on my
ankle?
elbow. I was like,
So
I sat there and I was like, what the hell?
I was like, I must have had about 3 showers that evening.
Yeah.
And still was finding mud on me. I was like, how is this possible?
I had the bath as well. I was like, how did it not clean up in the bath?
It must. Oh no.
Like the day after, still mud, like it's right up my arms.
I can't wait to do it all again this year.
I know. I was saying to you before though, didn't I? Like I've still got to go for an MRI on my knee, so hopefully that's sound. Because otherwise, if I'm getting an operation, I will not be able to do it this year.
Just be me on my own.
Yeah.
Anyone wants to join me?
But yeah, it was funny though. It was a laugh. But yeah, I need to sort the food situation out. Definitely getting food muddy next year. I don't care.
No, them noodles and ice cream at the end though were worth it. I think that was the best. It's probably absolutely crap if we'd eaten it normally, but because we were so hungry, I was like, "This is the best food I've ever eaten."
That shot.
We got we got a shot of whiskey.
Yeah, Fireball whiskey. That was.
But that was before we'd eaten. Did we get that?
Yeah.
And I was
straight
like,
after
wow.
we finished, I was like, shit. And they were giving out crates of vegan beer. Remember that? It was vile.
I didn't touch that.
Yeah, because I had it and I was like, nope, straight in the bin.
I was like, yeah, no.
No wonder they were just giving it away. It was minging.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, so swinging back.
Yeah, we've gone off on a bit.
Massively off. So, obviously you started recovering from sort of the start of lockdown.
It was a bit before.
So, going back to it, so what were the actual steps that you went through to then get to where you are now?
Yeah, I think it was just, it's hard to just narrow it down into steps.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of like, you really have to check yourself.
Yeah.
So if someone offers me a biscuit and a cup of tea, and I genuinely don't fancy a biscuit and a cup of tea, and I say no, it's like, well, have I said no because in my head I'm thinking...
Yeah. Like, is it just because you don't want a biscuit and tea, or is it because
there's another
the
reason,
calories or whatever?
Yeah, that it's my ED saying like, you can't have that. So yeah, it's constantly, and it is exhausting almost when you're constantly having to be like, am I doing this for the right reasons?
Yeah.
Am I, like, so, but it is a lot of like being a lot more aware, so talking to people, like understanding exactly what, like, you're not going to exactly have one main root cause.
Yeah, it's like a multiple of things.
Yeah, but understanding why that you've developed that eating disorder and fixing that relationship with what you have, reframing your image, just unfollowing. I think I unfollowed so many accounts on Instagram that obviously fed towards this. So yeah, it was just generally like becoming aware of what was going on, removing myself from anything that would trigger it, and just making sure, and talking as well constantly, like talking to people about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you get help off like a coach or anything like that, or did you just sort of do it yourself?
Because it was COVID.
Right, okay.
So I was pretty...
Not even like an online coach or anything to help?
No.
You just sort of did it yourself? Not
really did it myself. I had people to support around me, so it wasn't like I was just on my own for it. But no, it was because COVID, everyone was getting booked up. It was it was a strange time to be like trying to get any help from like a. But yeah, I think professional help I would have done had. It not been COVID and not been so difficult to get an appointment with anything or. Yeah. But no, I had people around me. I had my friends that were helping, so it wasn't like I was just out on my own. Yeah,
because a lot of people seem to think it's like
as if that just happened.
But like a lot of people think like we've got to go through it on their own, don't they?
Yeah, no, but, you don't.
Everyone's got like a support network around them to use. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a psychiatrist.
Yeah, you don't have
something that you've got to go and pay for. You've got friends and family that are probably going to be more than willing to support you through pretty much anything.
Yeah, I think my mum was really good. Like she was like looking a lot on like eating disorders, like help site, so Beat Eating Disorders.
Okay.
She was using a lot of resources from there to help me. So it's out there. You don't have to. I think a lot of people think that you have to be hospitalised, or
Right,
like you
yeah.
know, like you have to say you've got an eating disorder, you have to be. But any food issue where you are restricting, you're obsessively,
Yeah.
and it's a detriment to your life, then that is an eating disorder. It's not just
Yeah.
oh she's a bit picky, or she's a bit like,
Yeah, there could be something else behind
Yeah.
it. There was a girl that I used to go to high school with that did end up in hospital
Yeah.
through it. She's fine now, which is good. But yeah, I wasn't that close with her, but like, you know, you see it happening, and it. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's sad to see, obviously,
Yeah.
like, but you don't know why that's happened in the first place.
It's hard to understand, I think, as well, when you've not been through it, because
But that's it. Like, for me, I've never had an issue, like, especially when I was rowing. Like, the amount of food that I used to have to eat, like, I could not afford to have an eating disorder. And when I started, the first thing they said was like, I said, is there any like diet stuff I need to be doing? They said, just eat.
Yeah.
I was like, anything specific? You know, like pasta, bread,
everything,
anything carbs, get a load of protein. And I was like, sounds good to me.
No, yeah. So it's just, I think when I look back at it now, because obviously I'm much better now. There's maybe some days where I do feel a bit like insecure, or things are going on and I'm very stressed, and maybe I do want to revert to some of the behaviours, and I have to like actively remind myself not to, and be like, no, that's not right. We're not going back to that time. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I think of it like rationally now, with a healed relationship to food, it does seem like why would anyone do that? Why would anyone want to do that? And I get why people don't really understand it, or think it's like an attention thing, which obviously it's not. It was awful. I've never had such low energy. Like, I didn't even have the energy to smile. I didn't even have the energy to laugh or socialise. Like, I withdrew from everyone. Remember, I didn't eat lunch with anyone at work. So like, I had a group of friends at work. I'd go get in my car and drive to somewhere else and sit and park up and eat my lunch away from people.
Yeah, it is crazy how many things it can affect, and it's just as simple as not eating enough food, isn't it? Like, it sounds very like a basic way of what I just said, but like,
my nails, nice and long now, they are chipped, so don't look at them. The nail polish is not as cute, but like, they're really long now. They never grew. If they grew, they broke. My face was so like sunken, like my eyes was. I have like deep set eyes anyway, but they were just so dark and sunken. Like, it just looked awful. My skin, I had like really painful red dry patches all over my skin, on my face, and every morning I used to wake up, my eyes would be like swollen, like it literally looked like I'd been stung by a bee or had some like terrible allergic reaction, or just because like I just was not eating enough, and it was just and my hair was just like thin and just falling out, and it's not like you're cold constantly, never warm, like literally, like you could be in such a warm room and you still feel a chill,
still feel cold.
So it's just, it does affect so much. It's not just literally like, I want to be skinny, and it's just this obsession, like it is a mental illness. So like you're literally obsessed with this, and it consumes everything. Like, you don't have any brain function to do anything else.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be hard to concentrate.
And like all you're thinking about is the calories you've had. Like, very good at maths. But no, silver linings to everything, isn't there? But no, it's like, it is just crazy when you. Not crazy, don't say put that in. Can't say
no, it's fine. It's like, I get what you mean. It is, in a way, it is crazy, the effect it can have on so many different things. And I think just the power of your brain that can put you into those situations.
Literally.
Like, it is, like, it's not crazy, but like,
no, it's
you know
not.
What I mean?
I know what you mean. It's hard to say, but it does seem irrational. Yeah. When you look at it like that, but when you're in it, it's just like, this is right. This is my control. It's comforting almost, which is wrong. Yeah. Because it's telling you like, this is, you're controlling it, this is fine, you'll be happier when you lose more weight, this is going to make you happier and everything, and then it just makes you more and more miserable.
Yeah.
And really what makes you happier is not caring about all that and actually going out and socialising and having
it's like
a good
I say all to
relationship.
my clients, it's like all about the balance. Like they thought, because one of them's like came off a load of crash diets in the past, and they're worried about the weight that they're losing now isn't quick enough because they're used to it just dropping off a cliff because they just go on these mad crash diets.
I think I mean obviously it's not about like appearance for me at all. Like I've never well not never obviously, but since then I don't care so much about that. But like I would say I'm in a better physical shape now. Yeah. Like aesthetic wise, in my opinion, than I was then. And that's because literally like I just looked very weak and very tired constantly. Like my face was just so sad. But also, you bloat a lot. Like you think that it's like not eating will make you like really thin, but you get so bloated. Yeah. So it's like it's so uncomfortable. So now when I'm actually eating, I look so much better. Yeah. In that way that I mean obviously it is like that's a physical aesthetics, but just as a point about it. Yeah.
So when did the fitness Instagram account start? Did that start with the recovery?
Sort of. So that started kind of beginning of lockdown. I'd sort of made it just before lockdown. Yeah. And it was a way to help me almost like document my wins, if that makes sense in a way. So it was just I don't know, it just helped me frame my mind about it, and I followed a lot of like accounts that would help and promoted like balance, like you say. And so it was just for me to take pictures. It started as a food account. It just developed into fitness. Because then I just got really lazy with food and just started eating whatever. Like I was like, in the first lockdown I was like baking banana bread and like, being really creative with like things that I was making. And
it blew up quite quick though, didn't it?
It blew up. It was not supposed to blow up. It was not supposed to be found by anyone.
You used to have it on private, didn't you?
I used to have it on private. I had one friend following me.
Yeah, see, I was similar. So mine's been going for just over 4 years now. And I blocked pretty much everyone I knew.
Did you?
Because I made one in college, and like at the time, fitness Instagram wasn't really a thing, and I didn't really go the right way about doing it, and it was just crap. And I got so much like stick off my mates and everything, which is fine because they're my mates. I don't really, like it's gonna happen. It happened on this account, but you just gotta get on with it. But yeah, I've still got people like work people blocked.
Oh no way!
A few people know about it. Like
people
all
from
my
work follow me.
Pretty much all my mates follow me now. I've unblocked all them. I'm not bothered anymore because I basically said once I get sponsored by My Protein, I'll unblock everyone.
Fine, yeah.
Because I've got something from it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it is funny. Thinking back at it.
Yeah, I think it was just literally like, and it was sort of to motivate me as well by having it, and it. So it was just a kind of lockdown motivator and just to help me on this journey in days maybe when I was feeling a little bit down, and I could look back and be like, okay,
and then I've come sort of
and then little like workouts I was doing, I'd just post about them because it was like, this is fun workouts, and I was starting to use weights. Like I had my brother's like weights, he had a barbell, some dumbbells and a bench, so I started doing more like workouts with them.
Just had to use whatever you had at the time.
Tin cans.
Shot so many bad workouts on Instagram.
Literally.
People using like milk bottles
creative.
I saw people getting like buckets and filling them with cement, sticking a bar in it and making their own barbell. I was like, what? I was quite lucky because my brother decided to buy a gym basically for the garage. I didn't use it that often, to be fair, because I just couldn't be bothered. Yeah. I went through a stage where it was like, when we went through that like month's lockdown in the November.
Yeah. That circuit breaker.
I barely worked out. Well, I say barely for me. I barely worked out because I just could not be bothered going into the garage. It was freezing. It was like -2. I was like, why would I go from the warm house into
that? Like, you
into
just
that?
can't bring yourself to do it.
Even wrapping up, you're still cold. The bars were
oh my gosh, I can
freezing.
imagine.
You'd put your hands on it and it'd just end up with like a big red line across your hands. It was freezing. But yeah, so like we got sponsored by MyProtein at the same time, didn't we? Pretty much like the same week, and that's how we followed. We followed each other because we realised.
We're only around the corner,
yeah,
really.
Pretty much. So, yeah, we use each other for content.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need to get this gym workout, I need to get a picture. I need to teach him angles first.
I'm better at workout videos.
Yeah, you're good at filming workout videos.
Workout videos are my thing.
Yeah.
Little Insta whole photos is not my thing.
I know.
That is why if you go on my Instagram, there's barely any. It's just me working out.
I know, literally. No, I do some pictures just because, yeah.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I should do more because they are easier to edit.
Literally, the editing time on video is ridiculous.
I've stopped doing as many videos, to be fair, because I realised because obviously I do the same workouts every week for like a set, like 12 weeks or something.
I need to get back to my food posts, that's what I keep meaning to show. But I just don't make anything interesting.
Well, that's it. Like, people have asked me to do day in the life videos. And I'm like, I have the same breakfast every day. I have pretty much the same lunch every day. And then usually whatever mum's cooking for dinner.
Yeah. To be fair, I do like...
And then a few snacks.
I do like switch it up most days.
I literally have cereal with a protein shake on and then chicken and rice for dinner. That's my life.
Oh no, I do try to switch it up because I like to keep it like different and interesting.
I put a different sauce on the chicken.
Oh well, there you go.
It's not just chicken and rice. No, I make decent chicken and rice. It's not just like bodybuilder chicken and rice and broccoli just all dry in a Tupperware
boiled
box.
chicken with a little bit of salt on
it. None of that. Get some flavour in it. But,
oh gosh.
Yeah, so we got sponsored. It was like the September of 2020, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So I didn't realise you'd only been sort of 9 months deep in your account at the time. I knew, I don't know when I knew that you'd gone through an eating disorder, but I didn't realise it was that close to like meeting you with the MyProtein stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, I don't know. It was. I mean, I've posted about it quite a bit.
Yeah, that was probably one of your like progress photos or something between like 2 or something around the time.
Yeah, probably didn't like publicise like exactly the dates, just because it was still very like new. Yeah. And I was like, I don't really want to be like, this is like a pressure to be like, this is very new. Yeah, so I was like, I'm just keeping going. I'm just pushing out not pushing out content, but posting content that's like positive, and it's my life and it's helping me, and it's showing how I'm figuring out this balance. So I think people didn't really realise how new it was, but
done well anyway.
Thank you.
Done really well. I was just gonna say, looking at your content, remember when I clocked onto your little posting thing?
No, you absolutely exposed me then.
So when Amber gets lazy with content, she takes a load of photos in one outfit in a load of different positions, but she keeps the camera in the same place.
No, right. Basically, it was in winter. It was bad because it was in winter. I was struggling to take pictures anyway with like how dark it was. So I just batch a load of content, and so many creators do batch content.
Yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we do
when we go to the gym anyway.
But it was like, you go out a lot in December, don't you? Like, there's so many Christmas parties, there's so many, like, family... Well,
not for the last couple of years.
Well, you know what I mean, like, family... The last year it was.
Yeah.
When you called me out.
Yeah. That was funny, though.
Anyway, there was a lot going on, so I didn't get much chance to take any pictures. So, I had just batched a load. I was like, I'll just push it out. Oh, no, it wasn't that, sorry. I'd done it over a couple of days... And then hadn't taken any, and I was like, I don't have any neat pictures to post.
You just posted it in
so
a different coloured outfit.
Some old pictures that I'd taken, but he clocked on
was like, I'm sure she posted that the other day.
No, it wasn't even that. It was you went full detective
Well, then,
mode.
yeah, because I clocked it and I was like, hold on. And just
you,
literally went, I was like...
But no, you looked at the window and there was snow outside
yeah,
one.
Yeah, that
and
was
the
it.
next picture, it was like rain. And the next picture was like
snow
dry.
again. And then
Oh, yeah, snow again.
like,
and he was like, where's the timeline with this? Like, we don't live too far. What's going on with your weather?
I didn't know you had snow.
And I was like,
we didn't have snow.
I had to come clean, but no, I do try to like make sure.
Yeah, no, batch content is definitely the way forward. Because, well, to be fair, ever since I've had my account, it has literally been record, post. Like,
Yeah.
I would go to the gym, do a workout video, all exercises, literally get home, download it, sit there on my phone, edit it dead fast.
That's what I did at the start.
And I was relentless with it for a long time.
Same.
And then I was like, I literally posted this workout last week in a different coloured top.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it might reach other people, but for me it was boring as fuck.
Yeah, it's like I've done this, like why am I redoing this constantly?
Yeah.
I think that's why I've taken some time off it recently as well, because it was like I was getting a bit repetitive. I need to have a bit of a refresh, and that's why I do want to start doing like my recipe posts again.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy making them, and it
You've
kind
got
of
foodie in your name.
I do have
a bit of
foodie.
food.
It was very foodie. It's gone from like super foodie to like fitness. It was like there was like a little bit of a transition in the middle, and then but no, when I just don't get the time to make cool recipes now. I'm like quick, easy things.
That's it sometimes, but yeah, I don't post that many workout videos anymore. I moved towards those speaking ones.
Yeah, you've done quite a few of them.
I need to get more of them. I've got honestly, you should see the list I've got on my phone. It is.
I know you always are planning.
ridiculous.
I swear.
Look,
You send so many lists of
I've
like
got a
ideas.
list. Content ideas. There we go. Look at that for a list.
Jeez.
They're all the videos I need to make. So yeah, keep an eye out on my Instagram because they will be done at some point. Again, though, like it's hard for me to fill them in ours because I've got 3 younger brothers. One of them's playing his guitar all the time. One of them's shouting on the PS5 all the time because he's crap.
That's the thing, isn't it? When you
and I've got a dog.
Yeah.
So for me to actually make a speaking video without background noise is near enough impossible. Which is why I tend to come here to do them.
As long as someone's
As long as there's no drilling. Yeah, but yeah, I need to do more of that. But, so swinging back to the whole topic of conversation, do you think the whole strong not skinny thing has helped your recovery? Because that's been massive over the last couple of years with women in Instagram and fitness.
Strong not skinny. The issue with that is then it moves like it just solely focuses on this aesthetic.
Yeah, it basically saying like skinny's bad.
Yeah, like, and it's.
I mean, the idea behind it is good.
Yeah.
It's just some people
the execution's not quite there for me on that.
Some people may find it not offensive, but
yeah, because there's people that genuinely struggle to put on muscle, that it's hard for them, and are naturally very slim.
Yeah.
So I think just having this, and that's the thing, like I've been seeing so much like crap on TikTok as well. Like,
God, there's some awful stuff on there, and it's so easy to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah, oh my gosh, and so there was something the other day that I saw, and it was like about the Kardashians having their Brazilian butt lifts taken out, and it was like, oh right, so we're done with. Out? I don't know. I don't really know.
I thought it was just fat transfers, or is it just like
a reduction? I don't know how it works.
Baffles me that.
But then, so someone was saying, so yeah, this whole like, you know, hourglass like curves are out. It's gonna be slim again, and it was just like, well, what? Why are we?
Kardashians look ridiculous anyway.
Why are we treating like bodies as the trends that go in and out of fashion?
Yeah.
Like,
just be happy with what you've got.
If your body is your body, it's the thing that helps. Right. This is a very, very strange way to think about it.
Go on. I'm intrigued.
But like, it just. I think about my cat. I thought about an elephant. No, it's like.
Where's this going?
No, it works because it's like. They don't care about their body. They're not
right.
thinking,
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I was wondering where the animals come into this.
The animals just randomly.
Like a cat or an elephant. Like,
no, but like I just look at my cat and be like, you don't care.
Yeah.
He just sleeps all day and.
Well, apparently the vet cares about our dog at the moment. Apparently she's overweight.
Well, if it's their health, because their owners are feeding them loads.
No,
my cat is a big cat. Yeah. But like elephants, I watched a documentary, and they just, and I don't know, it's just, they don't stop, like...
Yeah. Just crack on, don't they?
Yeah. And it's like, and then I think there was a really random scene in it, and they just knew that they didn't get this mineral from their diet, and they knew if they went to this certain place with this water that they got this mineral. I don't know, it was crazy, it was baffling to me.
It's mad.
And it just made me think, like, I don't know, like, why am I caring and consuming? Like, I know it's such a weird train of thought, but somehow it helped me
No,
to
if
think,
that helps you, then yeah, it does make sense.
Think, like, well, what is making me care so much about it is, like,
yeah,
no other animal cares about this.
Yeah.
Like, they're happy, they're just doing their life, they're getting on with it, so why shouldn't I, like, why is my body now a trend and my body scrutinised just for being and existing? Like, surely I could just have their happy existence where they don't care and they just go off and eat as much leaves or whatever elephants eat and whatever. Or I should have said monkeys or something, you know.
To be fair, like, I get stick off my brothers all the time, because, like, when I used to row, like, I was obviously eating a lot of food, but at the same time I was really lean. And I think I'm about 2 stone heavier now. Not that I'm not bothered, but I'm a lot bigger. I've put on a lot of muscle since finishing rowing, because I've basically just gone into the gym and play football. But my brothers, obviously, they see all these juice heads on, like, Instagram, and they're like, why don't you, like, do a cut? Why don't you do a cut? And I'm like, because I enjoy eating, for number one. I train. I've got enough energy to train. Could I be leaner? Probably. Yeah. But I also enjoy going out and having food and drinks.
Exactly.
Like, last night I was out with the lads. I didn't track any of it. Like, I track throughout the week. I eat pretty good throughout the week.
Yeah.
I tend to eat in a bit of a deficit throughout the week, because I know I'm going to eat more on a weekend, and that's just the way it works for me. I stay the same weight pretty much all year round.
Yeah. I think if, like, because I don't calorie count now because it was very toxic for me, but I'd never say, like, no one should ever calorie count, because if it works for you and it suits your lifestyle and it's good for you and it's...
I tend to do it just so I know how much protein I've got.
Yeah.
I don't tend to do it for calories. It's more, I just want to hit those protein targets, and then I obviously, like I said, I do track for the calories to make sure that I can go and enjoy my weekend, because I'm not fussed. Like, I could quite easily go into a deficit and just all week and lose some weight, but I'm not going to enjoy it, because that means I'm going to have to stop drinking on the weekends or going out for food. Like, yesterday I had 3 burgers. I had a burger for my dinner whilst I was out, and then I went to Burger King at 1 o'clock in the morning. I got 2 burgers. And I had 2 meal deals today.
Yeah,
and yesterday.
I just find for me that any, like, calorie tracking, it just doesn't work. It becomes obsessive. It becomes like
It all depends what, like,
exactly
frame of mind you're in and what position you're in, and whether you're comfortable with doing it, and what effect it's going to have. If it's going to have a negative effect, then don't.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, just be aware that you are eating enough.
Yeah, that was the thing. It's eating enough is the main thing.
Yeah. I think you know if you're eating enough, because your body will tell you.
Yeah.
I assume, like you were saying before, you feel always hungry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So there's a lot of, like, more physical cues, like, you know, you're not as bloated.
Yeah.
You feel better in yourself. Your face looks a lot fuller and, like, brighter.
I definitely feel better after a good meal.
Yeah. So there's, like, you can tell.
Yeah.
And obviously you don't just go from one day from, like, restricting to being like, I'm gonna eat, like, and the right amount of calories for me.
Yeah,
so
you've just slowly got to build it up.
Yeah, slowly building it up, slowly building portions, slowly introducing foods that were once scary, and then gradually each week increasing the amount that you'd have until a point where this food is, no, it's not bad, it's just a normal food now. There's no good or bad connotations attached to the food.
Yeah.
So, and I know there's more nutrient dense food and less nutrient dense food, but not basing any moral judgment or judging yourself for your choice of these ones.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it's important to have
a good
diet. I'm not saying just go out and eat, like,
burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, don't have 3 burgers in a day.
So you're going to get at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't even get chicken and rice.
Nip to a curry shop.
There's actually some in Liverpool. You can go. There's a few Chineses that open late in Chinatown.
Chicken and rice.
I've never been. Like, apparently they're literally like someone's front room as well.
Oh,
It just
God.
looks like a house from outside, and like you just sit in the front room. I've never been, but it sounds amazing.
That is quite cool. Quite
Imagine going
cozy.
after a night out.
Yeah, just sit in
Sitting
someone's like living room, like,
literally.
oh my god.
It's sick. I'm hungry now.
Literally. Oh gosh, we had a meal deal a bit ago, didn't we?
Yeah, my second one.
Yeah.
4 meal deals in 2 days. That was not. What a weekend.
I know. Oh. To be fair, I've had a nice weekend. I went and did beer pong yesterday, which is something I'd never have done previously. That had been like.
Would you have turned up and just not took part, or would you have just not gone at all?
I don't even think I'd have had the energy to go.
Right.
I don't even think I could have, like, honestly, even just laughing like we are now would have just taken so, like, I didn't even have the energy to do that.
Right.
Like, I couldn't even concentrate on a book, couldn't even concentrate on conversation. Like, it just zaps you. It just
what was your
takes
sleep like as well then? Like, cause
very interrupted.
yeah, can imagine.
Very, like, anxious. Take me ages to get off. I'd wake up constantly.
Yeah, I do that. I'm a bad sleeper. I'm such a bad sleeper.
But yeah, it was just not a comfortable, well-rested night's sleep. Whereas now, I am like in bed for 9:30. I'm like, read, have a proper wind down, sleep like an absolute baby.
You get up dead early though to go to the gym, don't you?
I do. I'm a morning person.
Do that. I tried it. I've done it twice, I think.
I love getting up in the morning. Well, I don't love getting up, that's a very exaggerated.
I don't mind getting up in the morning.
I enjoy getting up early, like even up early on weekends. Like I just feel.
If I'm not out, I usually just wake up.
See, even last night I was out and I was still up at 7:30 naturally. That was a lie-in for me, 7:30.
Oh, I told you on the way here. I kept waking up last night because there was once where I had an impromptu night out and I got in at 5 o'clock and me and Amber were meant to go to the gym. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you stood me up at the gym.
I woke up. I was like, shit.
I was sat outside like.
Well, yeah, you'd got there early as well. I was like, Amber, can we like push this back? And you're like, I'm outside the gym. I was like, what? So I'm not meant to be there for like 20 minutes.
No, to be fair, I think I was pretty on time.
No, you were early.
Was I?
Yeah, because I was like, she won't have left yet. I'll be like, can we push this back like an hour or so? And then, it wasn't great.
And then I crashed my car on the way to see you, so I stood you up on
one as well, yeah.
So, I say I crashed my car, someone crashed into me. So
I made sure I was up today. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't, I hadn't drank for a while when I got in anyway.
Yeah, so you were feeling alright.
I don't get hangovers or anything either. So, but, yeah.
I get you, eh? Proper heart.
No, it's just a gift I've been blessed with. Yeah, so I had 2 alarms set just in case I tend to turn alarms off in my sleep.
Yeah, I think I've done that once.
I do that quite often.
So, I genuinely believe my alarm didn't go off. I was running really late. I think I had to travel. I had a 4-hour journey to go down south for work, and must have I genuinely do not remember snoozing my alarm or stopping it.
I snoozed it that time you went to the gym.
Oh.
I turned it off in my sleep because I was like, why is my alarm not gone off? I set it.
Yeah, I think my mum came in at 6. It's meant to go off at 5. My alarm. And I just absolutely slept through it. I do not remember. And I was adamant. I was like, no, the alarm didn't go off. The alarm.
It's my phone. My phone's broke.
I used my Alexa thing.
Yeah.
And I was adamant. Alexa screwed me over. No, it's not me. And I was went to prove it, and I went in because you can look in the command log thing that what you told her, and it's Alexa stop. And I was like, well, maybe.
But yeah, no, I woke up about 3 or 4 times last night just to make sure, because I was like, I need to be up.
Can't stand her up again.
I need to be up.
She'll never speak to me again.
Got a podcast to do. I need content.
He's desperate now.
Yeah, that was the main one. Right. I think we have chatted enough on. Okay. Or have you got anything else?
No,
I was going to say,
you're asking questions.
Have you got anything else that you would like to say?
Follow me on Instagram. That's @Sammy_FitRudy.
Wow.
Shameless plug.
We were gonna get to that bit. No, I mean in terms of any quick tips for anyone that might be struggling with an eating disorder currently.
Definitely reach out to people around you that you love and trust. I think that's an essential first step. to overcoming it. It is difficult going through the whole recovery phase. It's not a linear thing. You won't have every day is a great day and you feeling like, yes, I'm overcoming this. It's something really difficult. You've actively got to check in with yourself, make sure you're doing it. I think you've got to want it. You've got to know that you don't want this to rule your life. I think having an eating disorder, it promises I'm mumbling my words, but having an eating disorder, it promises that it gives you comfort, it tells you you're going to be happy, you're better if you are smaller according to this eating disorder, and it's this control and these insecurities that it perpetuates. But actually, you're happier, you're freer, you're better off without it, and it's kind of breaking that connection with it, and because that voice is so loud in your head, and you need to be louder than that. Yeah. So, yeah, it's not an easy thing, and it's just something to just treat like, just like eat whatever, you're gonna be fine. Like it goes beyond the food. It's about mindset. It's about everything. You need to have reach out to people that maybe have been through similar experiences. Find a group that you can talk to and just take yourself away from any toxic environments that create this or perpetuate it. So unfollowing people on Instagram, distancing yourself from friendships, relationships, that sort of thing that make it worse for you. So it's hard and it's different for everyone, but it's worth it in the end.
I think that was a nice way to round
Thank
you. First of all, for me, thank you for coming on.
That's
because it's a bit, obviously, not bragging in any way, shape or form, but I've not had these experiences myself. So it's a bit of an eye-opener for me to learn and understand what other people go through. So thank you for coming on and
no problem.
telling me about your journey.
Thanks for having me. We've been talking about doing this for a while.
We have. We've finally got around to doing it.
Well done.
It's done. But yeah, thank you for coming on and speaking about it and being so open.
No problem.
I'm sure you'll carry on smashing it.
Thank you very much.
No
Hope
problem.
so. Sure you will too.
For my burgers.
Yeah, for your burger.
But yeah, if you've got to this point on the old YouTube, make sure you drop a like if you're new. Subscribe. But yeah, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Follow me on Instagram at Sammy_50.
All of that will be in the description below. But thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to hit record.